Hey everyone, Cliff Snedeker here, your Build It Better series host. We have an exciting project to share with you, so come along with me as I travel down to the Port of Miami to visit a new custom cruise terminal project, where we made a boutique vision come to life through pre-engineered integrated solutions and expertise. See how our local installation specialist, Wade Little, helped the contractor increase production efficiencies on a breathtaking 500-foot drywall grid barrel vault, while our local architectural specialties lead, Mark Paternostro, worked with the architect to create two uniquely custom solutions that achieved the architect's design vision. Andy Irvin, project manager of Lot Speech Miami, and team are delivering a stunning custom project on time and on the mark. Okay, we're in one of the pearls of this project. It's 1,000 feet long, and it's drywall grid that starts at the floor and goes all the way up in the middle and meets. It's all drywall and it's all radius all the way down to the floor.
There's three applications for this. There's one large building, a smaller inside building, and then a very small entrance building that you have. But they're small as relative. They're kind of large and just in general.
So here I'm with Andy Irvin with Lot Speech here in Miami. He's our contractor. They're the guys that made all this magic happen. How did the drywall grid work in terms of production for your crew?
This was a huge, expansive ceiling, which was perfect for drywall grid. We had Armstrong engineer the system for all the placement of mains, T's, hanger wires, all that good stuff. Edge details were all in the shop drawings, and honestly, the production was fantastic. There was no other way we were going to do this ceiling than the Armstrong drywall grid.
How would you do it if it was done traditionally?
Well, it would have been stick frame. It would have been, stick frame, 1.5" studs, 2.5" studs, whatever the stud size would have been, but it would have been stick framed and would have been a whole lot more labor, I'm sure.
So you did shop drawings. Did you get out with a contractor and do any type of training with them to show them how to do this? Like, how did they bend the mains?
Yes, we originally took their drawings, their CAD drawings, and converted them over to our drywall grid product through our Tech Line program. We do conversions from the metal stud framing that they initially did to now what you see here.
Yeah, so literally our shop drawings PDF or DWG, they could feed right into a total station laser layout system for a big complicated job like this.
Absolutely. Well, the mains were bent only on the ends of the project. If you look, they just taper down, but the radius is so large that they were able to not even have to bend most of the mains. They're just cambered 1/8 of an inch.
You have your drywall grid right here, and it's being kicked off to stud framing back behind it. But we're totally making the radius with the drywall grid following down the curve. And I notice there's some areas where it has plywood where it comes to the floor. Is that for my high impact areas?
The drywall grid actually stops about 15 to 20 feet above the floor, and the drywall grid comes down to the top of a bulkhead where they've built a sloped area and they're putting plywood on it. So they figured that kids might be jumping on it, so they put plywood all over the bottom area, just so when and metal stud framing as well.
And if we went back 40 years, I'd have my skateboard out on that any day. So I
absolutely,
can see that.
Absolutely. It looks like a skater's dream.
Yeah.
The thing about this deal is it's 100 feet in the air. 80, 90, you're working to have a single man basket.
Just roughly with drywall grid, about how many feet per man day would you think you were getting?
I think we were getting 500 square feet.
500 square feet a man day.
It was 400 and change or something like that, but closer to 500 square feet per day.
And that's with a bucket
basket.
lift.
Yeah.
Basket.
Yeah. The whole teamwork approach of working with your tech guys, putting the drawings together. I had an engineer that engineered the attachment to the metal deck, and then we have on the ends of the building we have these caps or half pipes they call them, that we also had some engineering going on that was integral with or adjacent to the Armstrong drywall grid. That all worked perfectly. It's been a great job. I mean, it really has been a great job.
This is a boutique custom ceiling that Mark, our project manager with Architectural Specialties Technical, Let me let Mark tell you about it. There's just too much for me to go into.
So we helped the architect design the system. We basically took their layout that they had and we put it down on paper and got all the components going. Everything here that you see behind me up in the ceiling, we custom fabricated. We worked with our engineer up in Lancaster and corporate, and they helped us design all the components.
A gentleman by the name of Mark Paternostro, the computer guru genius, stepped in and got involved with your plant. I'm not sure who the guy was that gets the credit in the plant, but that guy I still have the original sketch that he sent down to us for, this is my concept, this is my idea, right? And we just kept going with it, and put it in this space, put it in this area. We want the curve to go like this. Basically, the 2x2 aluminum tube system above the acrylic tubes was designed to follow the curvature of the wave.
That's your grid.
That's our grid.
The architect had a conceptual idea of what they wanted to do, and we basically had to take that concept and turn it into actual parts and pieces that we could manufacture. So we helped them design everything, and then we basically did a random layout with the tubes. That the architect did not want any pre-designed sort of formatted layout. So it was a very random layout that we put together for the architect.
You know, like if you open up our catalog and go through the catalog, you're not going to see Armstrong tubes anywhere in the catalog. It's because it's totally custom. But why the clear acrylic tubes? What vision did the architect have in grand scale for this?
Well, if you look behind me here, there's some freestanding columns. And those freestanding columns are actually air conditioning columns. On the top of those columns are going to be some lights that the lighting designer has designed, and they're going to basically reflect up onto the tubes a different lighting scenario.
And their idea was, if you're coming across the causeway over here to the north, you could look over and in the building and see the wave. And they have color schemes, and on Miami Dolphin football game day, they're going to have teal and orange. They're going to have, University of Florida colors, Miami, all the different colors, whatever. So they can do a myriad of things with the computer lighting. But the idea was to add an icon into this building that made it pop and made it stand out.
I mean, I tell you, at Armstrong, it does something for the soul when you do a job like this and you come out and you see it years later that you were involved in one of the keystone features of the whole project is providing that light show for the people driving by, and having a product that kind of contributed to that.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
So the GR4G columns behind us here, we did the corners. It was easier to make the corners through plaster form, and that way they didn't have to do all the drywall work in the field. The corners came out, they basically screwed them on in place, they mudded in over top of them, and that way it saved so much time for them doing all these radius corners in lieu of trying to do that out of drywall and do all that mudding. The corners came out perfect, everyone looks the same, and you can see as you go down there, they just look fantastic.
Shop drawings, the whole design thing, getting the approval from the system, doing mock-ups. We did like 2 or 3 mock-ups, full size, in place. We went to a warehouse with 24-foot deck to try and raise the mock-up up as high as we could to give them an idea. They shown the LED lighting on it. He was here with us. And I mean, it was an amazing product. It was an amazing design. It was an amazing process. It was, it wasn't very lengthy. We went through the shop drawing process, got it going, got the stuff made. And we got it here, and we beat every single expectation from the contractor, from the owner, from everybody as to putting it in place. And they actually just tore this scaffold system, the dance floor down in here, down early. I heard this from the scaffold guy last Friday. They tore this thing down early because we did so well with that grid.
Well, that's amazing. I mean, these kind of jobs are exciting. It's not just your plain vanilla. It's custom. It's boutique. It's getting out there and getting what the customer needs, all the way from just the standard products all the way up to the boutique products. Thanks for watching this episode of Build It Better. Tune in next month to see what project I land on next. To view past episodes, visit armstrongceilings.com/BIB.